Hey guys, BaoZakeruga here. This is going to be a Fire Emblem Warriors discussion, and today I'm being joined by Westtown HD,
What's up, guys?
Photon Blaze,
What, shaking bacon?
and my good buddy Rise.
Yo.
So, as you all know, we recently got some more information, or really the first information on Fire Emblem Warriors, and I'm just going to go down the list of all the information we got, and we can get everyone's thoughts on them. So, let's start with the first biggest thing and the most controversial thing. The fact that most of the units in the game will be from three games: Shadow Dragon, Awakening, and Fates. So real quick, how does everyone feel about this?
I feel like it leaves out a bunch of people that are interested in the interested in the game that were previous fans of the series, and of course, older fans, they're being left out. And a lot of those people who were very interested are now not interested anymore because characters like Lyn and the Black Knight and such are highly likely probably not going to be in the game.
I think what they're trying to go for here was they're trying to appease the older fans by using an older game, but at the same time they want to cash in all the people who got into Fire Emblem around Awakening and Fates. So I don't know. I don't think it's good. I think we need but I have hope for DLC.
Or hopefully more games in the series.
What I'm anticipating is DLC for like a Path of Radiance pack of DLC, Radiant Dawn pack of DLC.
Yeah.
Not looking forward to it, but that's what I think is going to happen. And their reasoning behind this, or part of the reasoning, is that they said more main characters from the different timelines would just mean a bunch of sword users. And I'm going to just straight up say I'm not buying that, because it's a Muso game. You have creative freedom to do whatever you want with their movesets. So Joshua from Sacred Stones could be like a really flashy sword user, while Ike could be like Guts from Berserk and swinging around.
Well, it says specifically protagonists, and Joshua's not a protagonist. That'd be just like the lords that they're talking about.
True, but even then, still not really, because like Erica, she's more of like a finesse rapier user, and it's just no, I'm not buying it. Intelligence systems.
And the main fact that their two original characters so far are both sword wielders.
Exactly.
Actually, all three.
All three.
Don't forget Dario as well.
Right.
Yeah, I've played so many versions of a Muso game over the years. It's like, no, you guys can do whatever you want in the game. I've seen fan users in the game, in a Muso game.
Right. So intelligence systems, not really buying the excuse.
No, you guys aren't gonna pull the wool over our eyes. No, you're not.
But yeah, we'll just have to see how many sword users end up being in the game and how unique they are. Because Fire Emblem does have a ton more than sword users, but whatever. So, since we talked about the original characters, for those that don't know, our two main protagonists are Xion and Leon. They're twins. They're the characters you see on the screen right now. And so far, we see that they use both a sword and shield, but for all we know, they could promote to other classes later in the game, so the movesets could change.
And that's another thing, how's promotion going to work in this game?
That is also true. Also, their mother is Yuana. I don't think she's going to play too much of a massive role, but she's there. And also, our last character that's original is Darius. Not too much is known about him, but in a screenshot, you see him wearing like a crown. So I'm guessing he is maybe related to these two, is maybe their cousin or something, but he's going to play some type of big role in the game.
Perhaps the father figure.
I mean, he's like their
older
age.
Brother?
Yeah, it could be like a illegitimate child of the king or something. I can see that.
Or he could be in charge right now. Because we haven't seen their father yet, have we?
True, but I don't get that vibe just because he looks like he's their age, so...
There could be another kingdom where he's the king, possibly.
Oh, yeah, true.
Maybe he comes over and visits, or for
maybe
governmental reasons, if that's even a word.
Well, the backstory we have on the game so far is that one day darkness just runs through the land and our main characters have to escape. And pretty much that portal opens and other characters and monsters flood out from it from the other dimensions, so yeah.
That sounds like Hyrule Warriors right there.
Pretty much a lot of crossovers start like that.
Yeah, when you have a game with a lot of crossovers that isn't established as a universe already, you tend to just do the easy way.
True.
Interdimensional travel, just make it really simple.
And since New Type is here, do you want to give your thoughts on the fact that we're only getting characters from Shadow Dragon, Awakening, and Fates?
Yeah. So I kind of think that, like, they're adding Shadow Dragon and Fates and Awakening. I think they're only adding Shadow Dragon out of obligation.
True.
And if it weren't for that fact, it would only be Awakening and Fates.
Oh, you think they would just stick with 2 instead of 3?
Oh yeah, most likely, considering how large the cast it is from Awakening and Fates, and I don't think a lot of people really do care about the older stuff.
It's an interesting take on it.
It also depends what fans they're going for too, I guess.
One thing that's interesting to note is that they did say, of course, primarily. So that's not going to be all, but most. Probably
That's
like if there's
true.
20, if there's 20 characters, probably 17 of them will be from Shadow Dragon, Awakening, and Fates, or something like that.
Do you guys feel like there's any characters from games that are not those 3 that are shoo-ins, like maybe Ike or Lyn?
I'd say I'm gonna have to say Lyn because back when Fire Emblem Heroes was doing its popularity poll, the very top female or the top 3 female characters were Lyn, Lucina, and I think Tharja. So I think we'll definitely be seeing Lyn and Tharja probably as well because Awakening. And then on the
I also think Azura from Fates is probably a shoo-in.
Okay, yeah, I can see it, but also on the male side of things for the poll, I believe Ike, Roy, and I can't remember the third one. Hector. Was it
I'm
Hector?
surprised they're not
Okay,
adding
yeah.
the Smash Brother characters in right away. Most of,
That was my first thought.
True.
because I mean, they brought back Ike and Roy, so there's a good reason to put them in.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Roy fan, but I think he could play uniquely in this game, given the Sword of Seals. So I wouldn't mind seeing him. Could be fun.
Definitely.
I can imagine him just one of his things, just launching enemies in the air with his exploding sword. I can see that happening, and just jumping and slicing a couple times.
We've already seen that Crom could like jump in the air and slice people. Although I think that might be his Musou special. I had to rewatch the little footage. So moving on. Next thing we have is the fact that support conversations are confirmed that they will be between characters from different games, but no marriage. What do you guys think of that?
I really don't know how they can pull off marriage, so I think that's fine.
Yeah, marriage would have been weird.
I mean, they straight up already took it out of Shadows of Valencia.
I mean, Marv already has a canon wife, so
True.
it would really make sense
That
for him
could
to
be
like
really
romance
awkward.
someone else like Lucina, and that would just be very awkward.
2 of the main characters are twins, so
Technically, we've had incest in this series before, but let's not get into that.
I'm really curious how they're going to pull off a support system in a Dynasty Warriors style game.
They say that there can be like multiple people like on a squad. You can switch between them, so I'm assuming it's like that.
True.
So the more you pair up, the more bond they get.
I was gonna get into that, but since New Type mentioned it, do you guys think we're just gonna have 2 characters on screen, or like 3, or maybe even 4?
I think 3 at a time might be good.
I'm
You mean,
hoping
like, in
for
a squad, or like on the field at once.
like the characters you can switch between, like how many they give you access to.
In Hyrule Warriors, I believe the maximum they went to was 4 or 5. So probably, and that's on a 3DS as well, something underpowered. So I could probably see a larger number rather than a smaller number. But then again, having too many enemies can overwhelm you as a player.
Well, I was talking about characters you directly control, like you swap between controlling them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think like 4 or 5 might be good.
Because I think the highest we ever had in a Musou game is 4, and that's like, Dragon Quest Heroes 2, where they let you have, I believe, 4 characters at once. I'm pretty sure no one's surprised about having no marriage. Also, Photon just posted the popularity poll results. And for males, it's Ike, Roy, Hector, Crom, other Ike,
Ike's on there twice.
other
Has to be.
Radiant Dawn Ike,
The cooler Ike.
Marth, Ephraim, Robin, Takumi, and Donald. Who
Really?
voted for Donald?
I voted for Donald. I love Donald. He was so broken in Awakening. Most underused character.
Mark's on there again at 14, by the way.
And those are the top 10, but going down again are
And Dorcas.
Henry, Leo, Lonku, Marth, Gaius, Niles, Joshua, Dorcas, Corin, and Owain. I'm actually surprised Corrin's so low.
And I think people got really salty when he was included in Smash Bros. And then the salt poured from that.
Well, that's male corn, by the way.
True. So on the female side, we have Lynn, Lucina, Tharja, Camilla, female Corrin, Erica, Cordelia, Azura, Micaiah, and Robin as the top 10. Any thoughts on those?
Female Corrin definitely rates higher than male Corrin. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Yeah, she's number 5.
Well,
Eh.
no surprise on the top 4.
And our 11 through 20 are Noe, Tiki, Elise, Anna, Lute, Felicia, Mia, Nefany, Sakura, and Nino. Just pretty good list.
Kind
of surprised.
You got that high.
I'm not too surprised she has her loyal following from Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance. I'm actually surprised Anna isn't in top 10 considering she's like
she's like the poster girl for Fire Emblem.
Oh, speaking of which, Anna's already confirmed for Warriors.
Oh yes, that happened as well.
Yes.
I was thinking that, yeah.
She got a nice hat.
I also expected Tiki to be top 10.
Not really that surprised.
Tiki was in Shadow Dragon as well as Awakening, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean that gives her double the chance, you could say, of getting in.
Hmm.
Considering she's one of the few people who can transform to a dragon, which will be pretty neato.
Everything else not too surprising, although I like the fact Lute is on there. I feel she's a bit underrated.
Going back to the original characters in Warriors, I'd like to point out the fact that Shion looks like a lemon.
What?
I don't like his design, I admit. It just seems a little off to me.
Like I was talking about this before. I think he kind of looks like Super Saiyan 1 Gohan, but we're not going to get into that.
Okay, moving on to the battle stuff. So, for what we know so far, the weapon triangle is in. Units that ride horses or mounted units will always be on the mounted unit. And of course, like we already discussed, you can switch characters mid-battle. So how do you think the weapon triangle is going to work?
That's...
It might be like bonus damage.
Yeah, I can see that. Although I kind of hope it's a little bit more than that.
I feel like it'd play a bigger role. I mean, because they give you like, say, I'd say three like is a good number for heroes you control at once. I'd say they give you three characters to use, and then you kind of gotta choose which characters you want to deploy, kind of like how you can deploy in like all Fire Emblem games and stuff, and then use. So I think like maybe like you bring an archer for like Pegasus Knights, and then you bring a sword wielder, like so on and so forth.
Also, they have stated that it's going to have strategic battles like an actual Fire Emblem game, but we don't know the exact details on that yet. So, any speculation there?
I mean, I think what like along what they did with the Hyrule Warriors, they had kind of like a Zelda feel, and you kind of like went through the overworld and did Dynasty Warriors missions in that. So I kind of think maybe you could have like a Fire Emblem Fire Emblem maps from previous games, or maybe like Fire Emblem missions from previous games, and then you could kind of move, and then when you attack a unit, you actually play a mission.
I actually like that, like classic maps as maps in here.
That would be interesting.
You know what I think? It can be like in Valkyrie Chronicles, where you can place where your units start, and then from there you can switch and control from wherever the battlefield is.
That would be cool as well. I don't think Muso Game has done that yet.
Kind of like chess.
So like this guy would be in charge of this platoon, and that guy would be in charge of another platoon.
I actually really like that idea.
That wouldn't be so bad.
Since we talked about mounted units, are there any particular unit types you want to see in that haven't really been confirmed yet?
Wyvern Raiders.
You beat me to it.
Go ahead.
Maybe like mages on horses too.
Oh, you mean Dark Knights? I completely forgot that was a class for a second.
Oh yeah.
But,
What about
Is it
you,
one of the
Photon?
characters?
Any particular unit you want to see from the series?
Pegasus Knights, so Kata can be in.
Okay.
That'd play probably pretty similar to Cavaliers. It'd just be, obviously just probably in the air and a little bit more agile. Not too terribly different, but.
What were you gonna say, Blake?
Well, this is gonna come out of left field. But after playing a bit of Fates and I went back and got the third path, and then through that they gave me the Witch class. And the Witch class is one of my new favorite classes in all of the Fire Emblem series. It's really cool. It can warp as well, so they can be like a really fast, hard-hitting unit, as well as its magic stat is off the charts, and some of its skills are really good too. So that's a class I'd like to see personally.
Okay. I personally just want to see a transforming unit.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
with
that'd be
Corrin,
awesome.
with Corrin, if they make Corrin kind of play in this game like how he/she does in Smash Bros, where like it does like a sword swipe and then like a jab with his dragon arm or something, and then he like uses his dragon abilities throughout his attacks, that could really work well.
Ooh, what about the bunny people from Awakening? Like,
Oh,
Pan-
Panay and
and
what's the other
Yarn.
kids? Yarn, yeah, they're really cool.
like, you just be like a giant rabbit mowing down people.
Yes.
I would like the
Amazing.
system from Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, though, where you can fight in your beast form, like by itself with its own moveset, with like some type of special gauge. But I doubt they do that. Is what I
Well, I
would
mean,
like,
they-
though.
They did that for Toon Link, where you played basically as Fierce Deity, but when you weren't in Fierce Deity mode, you played as Young Link.
True.
Caden and his Ninetales
Oh yeah. His-
class would be
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. That would be cool.
the Kitsune.
and the werewolf class as well.
Oh, the werewolf class is so cool.
You can also have Corrin transform into his dragon mode.
But considering all the transform abilities, I wonder like how would they size these up? Because in Fire Emblem games, like they can get pretty big at times. Like Caden, or not Caden, the werewolf class in Fire Emblem Fates, like he towers over people. He's like 20 feet tall. Like how big are we talking here for transforms?
I think they can either one just adjust the size, or two have them big momentarily for like a special, because we've had that plenty of times before.
Well, I'm assuming in this game you can also fight like other giant creatures like dragons and whatnot.
Hmm.
I mean, I can see that happening, but I kind of hope that they don't do what they did with Hyrule Warriors and like make the bosses like just an actual chore to defeat that actually slows down the pace of the game.
Yes, that is true. Hope that we don't have anything like that.
I mean, in Awakening, the bosses, or not in Awakening, in Fire Emblem, the bosses weren't ever really. They would just kind of just walk up and slash. They can't really move.
Tiki would be another character that would transform. I remember her dragon form being kind of big too. So
I feel like for all the transforms, they'll kind of just make them all the same size or similar sizes, just to make it simplicity and for modeling's sake.
Yeah, that's probably just going to be the easy thing to do.
Outside of the Ninetales class, because those guys are actually really small. Like I feel like they'd be small, fast-paced units.
And speaking of dragons, okay, so you know how in Hyrule Warriors you had like a playable Beast Ganon and he was like really huge and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Do you think we'll see like a giant Medeus and giant Grima and all kinds of stuff like that? Or
I feel like he
That
might
could
be
be fun.
a boss. So he's like a giant earth dragon.
See, the thing with Grima though is that Grima is actually ridiculously huge. I don't know how they would make that a boss.
like Ridley too big? Makes me wonder though who the antagonist of this game will be.
I would
Yeah.
imagine it's gonna be some original person.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Original person, like how the original characters in this game call in the help of the original heroes from other games. I guess the original villain could call in help of the of like Valadar from Awakening, or what was the main villain in, or Anakos from Fates.
I could also see them doing what's his face? Granarf, I think his name was. From Shadow Dragon.
I haven't played Shadow Dragon.
I know what you're talking about. Hope we see a good proportion of heroes and villains from the series. That's one thing I like about Muso games, they let you control the villains. I'm looking forward to that.
Hyrule Warriors was kind of lacking on the villain side. I think they had, they come to think of it, they had Ganondorf, Zant, Girahim,
then-
Sia.
Then they had like 4 original villains.
Then
Yeah,
they also
yeah.
have like Skull Kid.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I'm weird though. I
Yeah,
don't really
Hyrule
count
Warriors-
Skull Kid as a villain, but I'm
well, if
biased.
you play Majora's Mask, you know he's kind of.
I just say he died for the sake of...
EFW Novati.
This is what I was talking about with Blake earlier. But would you guys like to see alternate costumes for the characters that like are new to this game?
That'd be kind of fun.
That might be.
I mean, for Smash Bros, all Lucina's costumes are based off of other characters of Fire Emblem Awakening, which I find really cool. So I kind of hope they do that. They kind of do that with Hyrule Warriors, like they gave Zelda like a costume for the girl from A Link to the Past, because I don't believe Zelda was in that game.
No, she was not.
I just hope that there's costumes that look cool, like, because, for an example, Dynasty Warriors Gundam, it had actual Gundams exclusive to those games, like the Musha Gundam Mark 1 and 2. So if you can add characters exclusive to a Musou game, I would like to at least see costumes.
Yeah.
Because it would fit Fire Emblem characters. You know, they're all medieval, but make it an Eastern style costume. I think that would be really cool.
It could definitely work.
Like, let's see Severa in a kimono or something.
Yeah, I wonder also, because you guys, much to Bao's dismay, Fire Emblem Heroes has had some interesting costumes, like the bunny costume for Easter, the new wedding dress promotion. I wonder if we'll see any Heroes representation in this game whatsoever.
That's also an idea. Let's do something else with those. Although I personally wouldn't be able to take, like, Xander beating up people with a giant carrot seriously in this.
That costume was so off the wall.
Okay, so moving on to the next topic. We have confirmation that this game is going to have the most characters out of any first entry in a crossover Musou game. So to give you an example, Hyrule Warriors had about 13, Gundam Dynasty Warriors 1 had like 21, so we're getting more than that. You feel that's a good amount, or?
Anything at this point is an upgrade from Hyrule Warriors, so I think it's a good amount.
The problem is with having only 3 games to choose from and having over minimum of 22 characters, there might be more clones early on than there would have been.
So wait, how many characters are gonna have in Warriors?
A minimum of 22 at least.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Out of 3 games?
Oh, considering Faith is cut down into 3 games, that's kind of even
Yeah, but
choose from.
Yeah, but Fates is still technically one thing. Yes, it's cut down to 3 games, but technically it's still one entry.
True. Well, I think the amount we'll get depends on if they want to make this a series. Because if we're getting more games, then sure, I'll accept this game having a small roster. But if this is like the only Fire Emblem Warriors game we're going to get, then crank up the number. Because the Musou game can have up to like 50 to 100 characters in it if they really want.
And that also makes me ask the question, like, in DLC packs, I'm not too familiar with Musou games. I've only played Hyrule Warriors and Gundam Dynasty Warriors 3. But I'm not really too familiar with Musou games. So, like, for DLC, like, how many characters normally come in a DLC pack?
Well, we've only really had DLC with the 2 last Gundam Dynasty Warriors games and Hyrule Warriors, to my knowledge. So I would like to see it sort of like Hyrule Warriors, where you get a few characters a pack with costumes and etc. Or do, like, I guess I would say 5 characters a pack would be reasonable, like, you know, Path of Radiance pack or whatever.
You think they'll include other characters? Like from other series?
We were talking about that earlier, and we said we think they're going to have only, you know, the most popular ones like Ike, Lyn, etc.
I mean, if that popularity poll is to be taken at face value, and they actually look at this for more future content in their Fire Emblem series, then maybe.
Like I said, though, I think it's kind of impossible to know how many and who is going to be in if we don't know this is going to be the only Warriors game or they're going to make it a series.
Here's the thing I'm going to say that's going to be really going out there. But do you think we'll be getting a DLC character from Fire Emblem Switch in order to promote the game once they fully reveal the game?
That would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, that might be.
I mean, they did that for Smash Bros. And Corrin, kind of how Faith wasn't released here yet, but they were like, hey, he's in this game now. You can give him a try, kind of bond with him before you actually play his story.
It would be really interesting. I don't think they would do it, but it would be an awesome idea.
Speaking of Corrin, I hope his victory quotes are as dumb as they are in Smash.
Oh no! His victory quotes in Super Smash Bros. Are horrendous. At least if you hack your game and patch it to Japanese, you can't understand what he's saying, so it sounds better. But
all right. So, is there anything else you guys want to discuss about the game? Predictions, things you want, anything we forgot to talk about?
The new 3DS version.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh no!
I think
is there any reason to buy that?
Well, it's a good decision that it's not compatible with old 3DSs because Hyrule Warriors Legends, yeah.
Like 15 frames.
But is anyone actually interested in the new 3DS version? Because I kind of forgot that was even a thing.
In the slightest.
I guess if you don't have a Switch and you really want to play, it's good.
Like if the Switch wasn't portable, I would probably get on 3DS.
True.
But since the Switch is portable, I mean, what's the point?
Yeah, it's like, the only reason why I'm making one is
For
so
people
that
don't have a Switch.
for people who probably don't have the Switch yet.
Honestly, I'm going to go as far as to say it's not a smart business move, because if you really want more sales for the Switch, you probably wouldn't have made that version. But
Might have
whatever.
been. Yeah, it should have been. It probably would have been better if it was an exclusive to the Switch.
Well, I mean, all the outrage now because they're only including 3 games. Probably, it doesn't matter now.
But I mean, there is
They're
some
not-
positive to this. I mean,
seldom use Switches now.
the kind of the lightness is with Hyrule Warriors 1 on the Wii U. Didn't really sell much, but that was on 3DS. So they decided to make a sequel to it, but that was only for the 3DS. So I mean, now that they have Fire Emblem Warriors on both Switch and 3DS, if they do make a sequel, they're not only going to have it on the 3DS now; it's going to be on the Switch as well, presumably.
How do you guys think Archers will work? So I think that's new to the Muso series, right?
No, we
I
had
mean-
tons of them before
Oh.
in Dynasty Wars. They're not bad. It's just, well, they like shoot for their regular attack and then they'll do something
Takumi will be
special.
broken, of course, obviously.
Yes, I
Like in
cannot wait. to
everything
play
he
this
ever
movie.
appears in.
I just imagine him using like Hanzo's ultimate from Overwatch.
I hope the Rajin Joe has lightning across it.
Yeah, I can see it having like a lightning gauge that you have to power up.
Oh yeah, they stated, the Fire Emblem Warriors Twitter stated that they will be having daily updates for this game.
Daily, okay.
So
Daily?
my guess is that we are getting this game in September or October, and I'm calling it.
I'm calling October.
I would say even as far as August.
Well, they already said the game's already 70% done, so I'm gonna say holidays.
Yeah, holidays.
Probably.
Well, we already have Mario as the holiday game. If you want another one, sure.
And,
but
and then Xenoblade 2 will probably come out in November, so they need something to fill in the fall gap.
Yeah, that's true.
How many
also.
games are they coming out the rest of summer?
Splatoon 2, ARMS.
And then if the Mario Rabbids leak is to be presumed, that's leaked for August. So then they kind of have it filled out. But I think this game could probably come to Japan maybe end of August, and then come to North America as early as maybe like mid-September. I don't see an October release date. Or at least I'm not hoping for one.
I believe it's titled this fall. That's my main guess as to October. Like otherwise, I would think September. So I think I'll close this with asking everyone. After we found out about only 3 games being represented, is the game a day one buy for you now, or was it before, or you know?
I would have to see who's in the roster first for me to buy it.
I am
Sure.
simple. I am simple and easygoing. I mean, it would take a lot for them just to make it not a day one buy for me. I want this game like yesterday. I want this game. This game looks well. We haven't seen much gameplay of it, but I am definitely getting this day one.
Speaking of gameplay, I can definitely see us having a demo at Treehouse.
Oh yeah, true. I can see that definitely. I'd kind of be surprised if it wasn't, considering it's 70% done. But yeah, for me, it's a day one buy, just because 2 series I love. I've wanted this crossover for literally years, so I'm buying it still. Disappointed in their decision, but yeah.
I would have to see the gameplay first for me to be on that train.
I'm gonna wait a little bit more to determine if I can get if it's gonna be day one or not for me. Hopefully they come out with a demo and that'll help me determine if it's a day one buy or not.
I have a question for everyone in this chat. So,
Oh.
give me 5 characters, 5 crazy off-the-wall characters that make no sense for this game, but you want. Like, for example, who remembers Izana from Fire Emblem Fates?
Izana. I'm trying to
The
think.
Izana. I'll grab a picture and put it in
That's the
Discord.
guy with the freaking. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm talking about the right guy.
See, this is what I mean. Like, for example, like they put Agatha in Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah,
I took.
It's the weird white-haired guy with the Geass on his head.
Oh, yeah. I remember him now.
He is Izana, the Izana.
You know, I can actually see him being in. Can't even lie.
Yeah, they need some joke characters. We need Dorcas.
Yes, please, please, Dorcas.
And we need the guy that says moldy on ends.
And Basilio from Fire Emblem Awakening. He was so badass towards the end of that game.
Oh, I know a joke character. The dude from 9 and 10 with the green hair. He's I thought the only black dude in the game.
How about this guy's thing? His entire thing was he can copy anybody's stats.
Wait, that's a man?
That's a
man.
Yeah, that's a man.
This is already joke enough.
If any joke character gets in, it better be Makalov.
Yes, that's the guy I was talking about, Makalov. Pretty much the joke character of Fire Emblem.
So pretty much all I've got to say now is, yeah, can I get a release date?
We're probably gonna get. It's probably watch.
But yeah, we'll definitely get on at E3.
At E3, they'll probably be like, "Oh, it's gonna be direct at the E3." Watch.
Let's get Donald.
Yeah, yo, Donald. I'm telling you, Donald's in the top 10. That boy. Yo, don't even promote him. Keep him a villager class the entire Warriors game. He runs around with a frying pan on his head and slaughters people in his
Alright, anything else?
Wyvern Rider Donald.
Yo! Yo!
Make it happen.
Anything else you guys want to add before we end?
I think Severa and Selena should be put in this game because they're great characters. They're unique.
Separate characters.
Both separate characters. Photon knows. Both with their each own compelling story. Both great units in their respective games. I definitely think they're shoo-ins.
Delete Sephiroth.
Why you gotta do this?
Alright, so thank you guys for joining me in this discussion. Thank you to everyone that's watching. Stick around for our E3 discussion, which will probably be up the day after this is uploaded, but we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.